Hello guys, and welcome to my another Zerg tutorial video brought to you by Blade. This is going to be a video showcasing Zerg vs Terran Mech and using the swarmhost Roach Hydra composition and transitioning into the Viper Ultra Hydra composition to fight Mech and eventually win. This game, I was originally going to do ZVP, but I actually have a few ideas on improving my build, so I'm waiting another few days to a week so that I can test it out, and then I'm going to do videos on those instead of the more out-of-date builds a little bit. So that's why I'm bringing you a ZVT vs Mech. So without further ado, I'm going to start the game. So the reason why I chose to do Mech is I get a lot of people telling me that they struggle versus Mech and they don't know what to do, so this video is designed to showcase you how to fight versus Mech. And I am facing, I'm assuming he is a legitimate Korean Terran, but I don't know for sure, over here in Aquilon Flats, and this is obviously me. So this game is going to showcase how strong Hellbat drops are, as well as how strong Swarmhosts actually are versus the Mech composition. And I will be going over that for a majority of this game. I will explain to you, I will also showcase some mistakes I use with the Swarmhosts and how you should not do that. So there's not too much to talk about right now. He's going to do typical 1 racks fast expand, whereas I'm going to do 15 hatch, 16 pool. And there's my overlord, which is going over here, so I can kind of check to make sure he takes this expansion, as well as I can kind of creep up the third here if I choose, or make it an overseer. Eventually you do want to move the overlord over here, otherwise the marines will kill you if he comes over here and shoots it. Most Terrans don't, but I suspect it'll be a problem, so eventually I think you're going to want to move the overlord over here. I'm not sure though. And as you can see, I'm 10 drone scouting. This is nothing out of the ordinary for me. I always check to see if he's getting gas, because he could be going Reaper or Hellion and whatnot. And obviously he's doing something. I can't remember what he does. He either does Reaper or Hellion. I think he does Hellion. One thing I did not show you was this overlord, when it was being made into the egg, was pinpointed here, and then it was rallied here after. The reason why I do that is so you can see potential proxy racks in this location. It's an extra 5 seconds out of your time, and trust me, it's worth it. 9 times out of 10 you won't see anything, but the one time you do, you're given a free win, because you're going to see it way before it even starts doing anything. And as you can see, 15 hatch, and I put my overlord over here so that I can watch for potential bunker placements, because if my overlord is over here, I won't see if he's placing a bunker right here, and that could be a problem, obviously. I'm using this drone to go to the watchtower so I can see if he pulls SCVs or does anything funky. Obviously, he's going gas first. The odds of him doing the 2 racks are not likely, but I suspected Reaper, and I like to make sure I know, so I kept the drone here to kind of see. Obviously, he's not going Reaper because he's making Marines, but I did not know that. I suspected Reaper, and so I wanted to be careful about it. And this is a 16 pool after the 15 hatch, and as you can see, he's taking his expansion soon, I believe. So there's the overlord. I'm going to be checking for his expansion soon, and he's actually going for reactor Hellions first, which is kind of an outdated build, but actually, I think he goes Widow Mines. I can't remember. But that's kind of what he's up to. And then he's going to take his expansion, which isn't, you know, this is kind of an odd build in today's standard, but I believe he does go Widow Mines here. And now he's going to take his expansion. So right now, I didn't see the expansion, so I'm kind of like, what's he up to? But I did check again. As you see, I'm already checking again, and I'm going to see the expansion and notice that he just did a reactor Hellion build. Yep. Notice I am getting 2 more queens right after building the first 2. I like to do a forward queen opener, and I use these to spread up creep tumor here and here so I can spread this to my natural faster, so I can get back and forth faster, as well as spreading creeps good, right? And you'll notice I'm supply blocked. This is actually intentionally part of my build. I make the overlord on 33, and then once I get to the 36 food, I take my 3rd base. Versus a non-Reaper opening. Versus Reaper openings, I kind of modify it, but versus a non-Reaper opening, this is the standard I do. And then I take 2 gases at about 6 minutes. I place 1 at my natural, 1 at my main. There's no specific reason, I just do it. And as you'll notice, it's about 6 minutes. That's when you want to start your gases. And now those could have actually run by. I'm surprised he didn't, but he did not this game. And as you can see, he's actually going to get a starport that I see. So which obviously signifies he's probably going to do a Hellbat drop. So I'm getting both my gases, and I'm getting the roach warrant because I feel you need roaches versus Hellions, since Hellbats are so powerful versus Lings. And these 2 Evo chambers are to wall off so that Hellions, these 4 Hellions, can't just run by. Because you know how much, 4 Hellions run by into my main and kill all my drones. Because Queens aren't the best response because they're slow. That would be a problem. So this kind of saves me from that. And as you can see, there's a couple Widow Mines, and he's going to keep map control with these until roaches are out. Notice I'm taking my 3rd gas at about 7:10. You want to take this 3rd gas at about 7:05, 7:10. And then you want to take your 4th probably at about 7:30, 7:45. It really depends on the build you want to do. And I'm getting an Evo because in case he's going Banshee, or in this case he's got Widow Mines, which I actually saw with these Lings, which is a mistake by him to let these see that. Got some roaches for defense so I can kind of get back map control a little bit. And obviously I'm taking my 4th gas a little bit later this game. And as you can see, he's just kind of maintaining map control. I feel he could have used these Widow Mines better. He should have put them here, even though I was doing that, but you never know. He should have done something like that, I feel. Taking my 4th gas, going lair, droning. Notice I have overlords spread in certain locations, but I also have a lot in my main. The reason for that is because most Terrans nowadays kind of get a Viking to snipe those overlords, so I don't spread them until later in the game. And I'm getting 1-1, carapace and melee. Even if he's going mech or bio, I get melee and carapace. I will actually get ranged as well if he's going mech, because I'll be going a Roach Hydra heavy composition. And as you can see, I'm just kind of droning up my 3rd. He's producing Hellbats and a medevac dropship, so he's probably going to do a Hellbat drop. Now the best way to deal with a Hellbat drop is to have the roaches in a location, like over here at your main, at your natural, and you're going to want to spawn all your bases so that you can kind of kill the medevac, because as we all know how strong Hellbat drops are. I'm pretty sure every Zerg here has dealt with it. I'm getting an infestation pit because I think did I scout yet? No, but I'm pretty sure he's going mech, and I end up being correct in that analysis. And here comes his drop, which I see, by the way. So here comes his first 4 medevac drop. Pull my drones. Luckily for me, he used his speed too early. If he was smart with this, he would have used his speed and just ran up to these drones as they were right here and dropped them in. Would have done a lot more damage. I don't know why he abandoned these units. I think that was not a smart decision on his part. And as you can see, here comes the 2nd drop, and as you can also see, he's getting the drones as they come back. Now, if they're doing heavy Hellbat drops like this means they can't exactly do an attack anytime soon. Like, if he attacked right now because I was remaking drones, I'd still hold this off. This isn't a scary army. And he's killed 6 workers, which actually isn't too bad. And as you can see, the Spore Crawler, I should have put that sooner. Pulling my workers. Again, he messed up his drop. He could have got those as they were running away, but decided not to. And here's a mistake by me. I thought he was going to retrieve those, and so he ended up killing 16 workers. That was a mistake by me, which resulted in that. But I still had 55 drones with 16 more on the way, so it's not like it's game ending. But as you can see, he is going mech. He's making more dropships. He's getting upgrades, and I'm getting pathogen glands because I thought he might have been going bio. I do cancel this and get the locust upgrade, because the locust upgrade's pretty good. Helps with the swarmhost a lot. And as you can see, there's a spore in all my bases now. This makes it a lot easier to deal, except for my main. It makes it a lot easier to deal with it and get the medevac killed. I'm just spreading my creep, getting 2-2. And something I've been messing with, and I think is actually good, is to add a 3rd Evo when you see mech and get ranged upgrades as well. That way it helps all your units. And getting a roach speed, adding a Hydra den soon, not yet. Once you see Mech, you should get a Hydra Den, because Roach Hydra Swarmhost is actually really good. And as you can see, he's going for a double medevac drop, and he's not making a Viking, so I'm seeing this. I'm seeing all this, which is obviously good for me. And I know he's taking his third, so I'm just kind of massing up my Swarmhosts, because again, Swarmhosts are actually really good versus Mech, even versus heavy tank compositions. It allows the Locust to kind of take the damage, and then you can kind of get your other units to not take as much damage. They're really good at soaking up damage, so you can get flanks and stuff. I'm actually really happy with the Swarmhost and ZVT Mech, and actually versus Bio as well. And here's the Spore, and here's this double medevac drop. I'm already prepared for it. This shouldn't do any damage. And here comes a little push by him, which I use the Swarmhosts. Again, this is how you want to use the Swarmhosts, is like this. You want to keep them far back, and you want to have them, like, this is good. I killed a tank, I killed a couple Hellbats. That's what you want. And they're also good for seeing vision, so I know he's retreating. And when you know your opponent's retreating, that's good. So that's how you kind of want to keep them far away, and you just want to, before you push, I would use these and burrow them, because again, these are free, so you get free vision in front of you, and you'll know if his army's there or not. Taking my fourth, getting my gas, getting Roach Sling, getting my Hive now. This is a good timing for Hive. And I'm a firm believer that Infestors suck versus Mech. I don't like going them versus Mech. I know other Zergs disagree, but I will never go Infestors versus Mech. I think Vipers are the better choice. And honestly, I could be a little bit more aggressive with these right now. I could be, and I'm going to right now, but I could have sooner. And I'm going to start putting them here and kind of shelling the Terran army. And here comes another drop. Here's his army, and I know it's there because I have Lings taking the watchtowers. You should always have watchtower control. I'm going to burrow and have them do this. This is great. This delays his push in every single way. And here's the Hellbat drop. It didn't really do any economic damage. But now I want you to notice something. So I see his army getting close. Retreat. Do not keep your units here. You do not. It's just, don't do it. Just retreat, pull back, and this one got this one. And there you go. And then pull up again and retreat. As you see, I'm doing that. This way, you can't just go and kill my Locusts. That's how you want to use them. You don't want them to get too close. This is a little bit, I got a little too close here, but it's fine because I have roach support, so it wasn't like that. It's not that big of a deal for this part. And as you can see, I'm going to kill quite a few of his tanks. And now I have a Hydra Den. I'm getting Vipers, and when you get Vipers out, you want to make extra Evo chambers. And then you want Hydra support so that Vikings, you can protect the Vipers. Vipers are very fragile, and Vikings are a good counter to them. So you want to be aware of that. And as you can see, he's retreating, so I can kind of start being aggressive with these again. And as you can see, 4 Vipers on the way. I should be throwing down the extra Evos soon. And he's just kind of running over here, denying creep. And, I mean, these are such a great unit. I can't tell you how awesome these are in ZVT Mech. Even versus Bio, once I've learned this, since I'm kind of getting used to. And as you can see, I mean, it delays his push a little bit. I mean, he sees it coming, he's like, oh, I gotta get out of here, because he doesn't want to lose units to these. These are free units. I have Hydra support, Roach support, Ling support. Got my Evos going down, and then the endgame composition you want as a Zerg: Ultralisk, Hydra, Ling, Viper. That's a very strong composition versus Mech. Blinding Cloud, obviously really good. Hydras for the Vikings. And it's just a really good composition. And as you can see, I'm making my Ultra Cavern. I could be more aggressive, I feel. Right now I'm not being aggressive, I'm being a little bit too defensive. I should be using my Locusts or my Swarmhost more effectively and whatnot. I'm kind of just being defensive, which is actually fine because I'm waiting for Ultra, but I could be more aggressive. And as you can see, same thing, just delaying his push. There's the Blinding Cloud, which he sieges under, which is a big mistake. And Vipers, Swarmhosts, Ultra Cavern's almost done. 33's on the way. And as you can see, I'm going to need to retreat these, and I realize that, so again, retreating them, very good. Don't let them die for no reason, there's no reason to. Now, a mistake's about to pop up that you're going to notice. You're going to notice that all these are going to die soon. And I know he's going for this base, so I'm getting my Roach Hydra there, getting Viper energy as fast as possible. And just kind of... Look at that, almost killed a tank. Now, I wanted you to notice this mistake. I pressed R, and I clicked over here, but they did not burrow, so they sacrificed themselves right here. This is something you gotta pay attention to. Locusts sometimes, or swarmhosts are kind of stupid sometimes. You tell them to burrow, but they won't burrow, because you might have right-clicked too soon, and I think that's what I did. I right-clicked too soon, so my swarmhosts are being stupid. And he does not kill this base, but he tries with a small group of mech units. And you'll notice, he's on 5 base. He's got a better economy than me, because I haven't been able to mine from this 5th yet, but I'm able to take better engagements. As you can see, I have Ultralists incoming, Vipers. Again, you want to keep these alive. If you have to sacrifice them to get Blinding Clouds down, do it. You can remake them, and it's cost efficient versus mech units. And this is a big mistake. I mean, not scouting this is big. This could have cost me the game if I mean, Terran having this much better economy isn't a good spot to be in. You'll notice I have a lot of Hydras. I have a few Ultras. I have 4 Vipers. And this is a good composition. I want a few more Ultras, but trust me, this is a very strong composition. And this is how you want to fight mech in the late game. And you'll notice he's still doing Hellbat drops. I'm placing a Spore and Spines at my bases. That's what you should be doing as a Zerg player. And he can't really do much. He could spread these tanks out better, and I'm sacrificing to get these Blinding Clouds down. It's worth it. Just notice how one-sided this fight is. I'm able to take out his army, his tanks can't fire, a bunch of Hydras. Ultras are very good at tanking damage as well as dealing it. So I crush his army. I have complete map control now. I still have... Is that 1 Viper? So I did lose 3. I'm making 4 more, making a bunch of Ultras, taking out his base, and I'm just gonna abuse the fact of my mobility. And he does another Hellbat drop, and I don't... Okay, he did decent damage there. As you can see, Hydra, Roach, Ultra, Viper, it's just really, really powerful. He's rebuilding this base. The only reason this game didn't end there is because he still has this base that I have not scouted yet. And that's a bit of a mistake. But it's like, this is just such a strong composition. I honestly just don't... Unless you're really economically behind, I feel like a Zerg player should win with this composition every time. Because it's just really strong. You just have to use the Swarmhost smartly, Swarmhost smartly, the Vipers smartly, the Ultralists smartly, Hydras are good for the anti-air. And he's going to try to snipe this base by changing this into Hellbats, but I get there in time to kill it. As you can see, he's kind of switching. Ravens are super good now. I don't like the Broodlord in ZVT anymore because Ravens are such a good counter. It's not like they're an ultra hard counter or anything. I prefer Ultras anyway. I've never been a fan of the Broodlord. And yeah, Ravens are good. Terrans make them now. And with Mech, this isn't bad macro on his part. Terran will always get more minerals than gas when they're going Mech, even if they're on 5-6 bases. So don't take this high mineral count into bad macro. He could have made CCs. He could have made more CCs earlier, but otherwise it's not that bad. High minerals is normal. And even though he's got Vikings, 4 Ravens, I still have 5 Vipers, which aren't full energy. I should have made them. But there's a little engagement error. I should have had the Ultras in front and the Hydras in back, but it doesn't matter. I'm able to Blinding Cloud everything. And I so know, and those did good damage, but it didn't matter. I just have such a superior army that I'm able to kill his tanks, kill his Thors, and he's pretty much dead now. He just doesn't have the gas income to keep remaking that army. And I have a ton of Hydra Roach. I have Vipers incoming, more Ultras. And he's just kind of out of juice, I guess you could say. He's got this one mining base. He's mined out here pretty much. He's mined out at his main completely, except for this gas geyser. And I'm just gonna crush his army. He's gonna try to take another base, but it's not gonna matter. Now, just because I don't like the Brutal doesn't mean I will never make it. There are times where I will make it, just in case, which is why I'm getting a Greater Spire, which I should have got sooner. But most of the time you will not need it. I mean, as you can see, I'm getting double Spire, but it doesn't matter. This game's over already. He's going to try one last kind of push. And he's trying another Hellbat drop, but that's not going to matter. I got good defense. Going to kill this base. And he's got a lot of minerals, but he just doesn't have the gas to really make a bunch of units. That base is gone. He's trying to take this one again, but I'm just going to go kill him right now because I have 4 Vipers with only 1 is full energy. Well, 2. And as you can see, I'm just going to kind of kill him with this composition. You want the Ultras to lead the charge, Blinding Cloud, and then you want Hydras behind. It's the best way to fight this. And I mean, at this point, it's over. He can't do much. He's thrown down Seeker missiles, but he just can't fight it, and that's the game. So, yeah, that's about it. I hope I covered that well enough. If I didn't, you guys can just ask questions and I'll answer. I plan on doing ZVP next week, but like I said, I want to mess with some things in ZVP with swarmhost that may be better than what I'm doing now, and it'll help you guys, rather than give you a video that actually I found something better. So if you want to know when my next video comes out, or you know, anything like that, or my stream, follow me on Twitter, Blade555, that's 3 5s, or Twitch TV, Blade55s, 55555, I think that is, said it 5 times. Thanks for watching, guys, and hope this helped you out. Peace.